This is the ThunderFX. So the ThunderFX is going to be using a specialized version of the PCB design that we had on the Thunderbolt module, which is really high-end audio. That was pretty much almost equivalent to our Zonar ST. So this will be in that same space. The couple of benefits it's actually going to have, though, is that one, we're expanding its connectivity. It'll actually have analog inputs. So you can go ahead and connect it to, let's say, like a turntable, or you could have the analog outs like on a console, essentially expanding its functionality. You don't necessarily restrict it to just using it on a PC, which makes it pretty cool. In addition to that, there's also a special DSP that we have built in for the microphone input. So what we have is a lot of gamers, when they're at like LANs or different parties, different conventions, stuff like that, most of the microphones that you utilize have generally pretty good tone, but they pick up, of course, ambient noise. So what you can do is, when they go log into the special interface, they can pretty much turn on a special calibration option, and what that will do is it'll pick up the ambient noise, but not the direct dialogue, and it'll help to process that out so you can maintain better clarity and better tone for your voice. So that'll be a nice option. Once again, kind of reinforcing that gamer-centric vibe, but at the same time, it's going to be a big improvement over general audio in general. So whether it's on a desktop PC or a notebook, doesn't matter. And the easy connectivity, of course, USB goes straight forward in that. That one, we're probably also expecting to be before the end of Q1. Okay. So we've got something else here. This is actually going to be on the software side, and this will officially launch for the Formula board, roll out to the Gene, and retroactively go back to the Extreme board. Release time frame is going to probably be hopefully in about 1 month's time frame, and we'll announce it via general PR as well as an announcement on our ROG forum page. Now the special part about this is, as you know, right, every time there's a new chipset launch, new CPU launch, there's always a lot of information. Well, how do you overclock the system, right? And we do a huge part to try to make it easier, right? Through auto rules, CPU level up, auto tuning, and things like that. But at the end of the day, you still get a lot of people that what they do is they go into the forums and they're trying to figure out, they go to 20-page threads saying, okay, well, what's the multiplier I should buy? What's this stepping, the VCCSA, the CPU, right? All these variables. So what we've tried to do is make it a little bit easier. Of course, like me, when I usually do these launches, I send out like OC guides, right? We've already started to pass out a lot of that information to the community, but we want to kind of take it a step further. So what we're rolling out is something that's called ROG Exchange, and this is also to kind of help to realize that for ROG, we really want to start getting past that it's not just about the spec. You know, we've talked about this a lot before. There's a lot of things that we do in the background in terms of longer term UEFI support, more advanced menu options, better quality design that, always don't fit perfectly in terms of trying to spec to spec or price to price, right? And this is part of these elements because you'll just list this on a spec sheet, but there's going to be a lot more value than it just being listed as that. So what the user will then see is they can go ahead and they can select the model, the BIOS revision, and the CPU, and we'll also include steppings even per CPU. So what we can see here is like Andre, he's one of the, of course, top overclockers in the world, and he happens to work for the ROG team. And he's uploaded here a UEFI build, tells you the overclock, tells you how many times it's been downloaded, and through social media integration, we can also see how many people have liked it, how many people have tried it out and seen if it's worked okay for them, right? So from there, what we can do is we can go ahead and actually download this file. And once we go ahead and download it, you've got a couple options. If you've already maybe spent time tinkering, kind of playing around with the system, you can just go ahead and, let's say, upload this and compare it to your current values. So kind of see, maybe was my VCCSA a little bit off? Did maybe I need a little bit more VTT? Did I maybe need to adjust my OCP compared to this other person? And of course, you could either make those adjustments in AI Suite 2 or go into the UEFI and do it. If you were somebody that just had been at stock, at this point, you could also just click apply, and it's going to go straight into the UEFI and update that entire policy for you. And you can see all the values are all listed there. Every single one of the UEFI options, DRAM timings, the power tables, it's all listed there. And to continue to kind of evolve this, we're of course giving the option to users to be able to upload their own information. So like even me, as maybe I get new steppings of CPUs, I find out more information in UEFI build, I can go in here. It automatically detects your revision, the motherboard, the CPU, the DRAM, VGA. All I have to put in is my cooling type, so I can go ahead and put in, okay, I'm on air, this is what I mean by air, maybe it's Corsair H100. I put in, the frequency that I'm attempting to hit, and then I can go ahead and put in all my description. I click upload, and it'll go onto our online database, and then from there, users can continue to share it and take advantage of it. So it's kind of another way that we're helped to push, that ROG, it's got a lot more support than what most of the other vendors are putting into the back end of the products. So The initial, like I said, launch boards will be Formula, Extreme, and Gene. And, you know, of course, we'd love to consider putting this out to the entire family, but this is part of kind of the exclusivity that ROG has. So this is really going to be focused for the ROG family series of products.